They say nothing is eternal. If I can correct this short, brief statement, I think there is something that will never die, the music. If you have absolute perfect good or poor pitch, if you have good ears for music or none, you will agree with me, I'm sure, that music is a necessity. At this point, you know which way I'm going, the most important part after the break.
The ViaMia show is sponsored by the following people.
In that intro, did I sound like a music lover? There is not much I love more than music. Good songs, music, good instrumentalists, musicians. And at this point I should stop because one of them is sitting right beside me today. I would like to introduce my special guest today, the band leader of the Blue Morris Swing Band and a guitar teacher, Blue Morris.
Thank you, Mia.
Hello. Sorry that it took me such a long time to get you to the people's attention.
That's okay.
To do that intro. So everybody will know today that music is your life and your life is music. And if you can just make some tour to the history, how it all started. Why music? Why guitar?
When I was a kid, my dad used to play a lot of old Beatles records when I don't know, on the weekends and whatnot in our rec room, and he had these great old vinyl records, and we used to play them, and I used to sing along, and I knew all the words. And my dad was also a sports lover, but my mom wanted us to learn some kind of arts as well. So it was my mom who enrolled me in guitar lessons when I was 8 years old, and I went to my first guitar lesson and said, I want to learn how to play twist and shout. So it was basically from the Beatles, I guess. That's
okay, so the Beatles was the biggest inspiration.
Yeah, at that age.
Yeah.
I mean, it still is to a degree now,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's good music. I know that you have, you're a band leader. In this very young age, you form such an amazing group of people you put together, like 9, 10 piece, or can it be more?
It can be more.
Can be more.
Yeah.
Like, and I've seen you performing. I've seen you in the rehearsals with all this bunch of talented people. You creating that good big band sound.
Yes, we also do that. We do a show with Rick Valiant called Songs of Sinatra, and we have like a small big band. It's not a full big band, but we play all the music of Sinatra, which is another big musical influence of mine. I've always loved listening to his songs. And
it's really great because you're very young. You could not ever remember Frank Sinatra in person. So that has to be something else that inspired you or motivated you, like that kind of style of music.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about Sinatra, really. It's just one day I heard it and it just struck me, and I was just thought, wow, that sound, his style of singing, the way he brings so much attitude into his phrasing, it just something struck me. I just loved it right away, and I thought I want to play that music too. So I did.
Which is great. I'd like to carry on with what we're starting, but I think that we are getting interrupted with somebody. I want you to let go. Okay. You just recently expanded your family.
Yes, in a way.
In a way, and you brought somebody in your life.
Him, yes, he works with me at the my studio where I teach guitar.
And I'd like you to bring him
and
out.
His job is to teach.
Look at you.
People.
And this is a Ringo.
Yeah, this is Ringo.
Now, number one, why a Ringo is a Ringo?
Well, Ringo's Ringo because he's named after the drummer of the Beatles, of course, but also Well, Ringo's not my favorite Beatle, but Ringo just seemed like an excellent dog name, so.
Well, hopefully Ringo just didn't hear this. Well, you know, I just thought that maybe you wanted some company in your band in the future, so or something.
I did joke to our usual drummer that I was going to teach Ringo how to play drums and that he was going to replace him. And he said that he was going to teach his dog how to play guitar and replace me, so that was going to be all right.
Well, I know that you've had Ringo just a few months right now, so that changed your life. You've toured, you've been traveling. I mean, this is big responsibility, doesn't it? Interrupt your life you had before?
It does, but it's mostly awesome. But yeah, I have good friends who will take care of him on weekends if I'm away. Like we're going away this weekend to Kelowna for a show.
And so he doesn't travel with you?
Not yet. I think he's too young, but I'd like to take him on too.
I think this is the time for him to learn.
That's a good point.
Yeah, because I don't think he's gonna be able to accommodate when he's 5-year-old. How am I touring right now? What was I doing until now?
That's true. Yeah.
And I'm sure he misses you. But you know what? Let him walk. Let him see what's going around. Because I felt bad for him to be in that little bag.
Yeah, he was all right for a while, but clearly he didn't like it.
Yeah, so you were saying about your music is more the classical style. We're going quite back, but that was the real music, even the sound of it. I really like that kind of style. I'm glad you're bringing it. Yes, I've been watching you, like I said. I've been on Frank's Songs of Sinatra, which Rick Valiant produces and hosts. And you know, there are tons of different shows you have, and I think you brought some images. It would be great if we can see them right now.
Sure.
So I see there is one of them with you in a band.
Yeah.
And I think Ringo agrees with me at this point. And not sure about this picture. It's yeah, this is you, I think, part of the band.
Okay.
And this is Songs of Sinatra, one of the pictures. And if anybody can recognize, it's a little bit of me and Rick. And this is your band behind us. And it's hard to determine this picture, but I'm sure you will be able to. Yeah. Yeah, that's you on a guitar.
Okay.
And again. And I just wonder, because you have another act you do, so I wonder if we're going to see some pictures there. I think this is it.
Oh yeah, I also produce some burlesque shows.
Yes.
With live music and burlesque dancing.
Yeah. Okay, so these are the pictures I definitely wanted to see, but we could see more, learn more about Blue Morris when we visit his website, bluemorris.com, or even Facebook is accessible to everybody, right? So that's within, you advertise your show there as well. You know, it's very interesting to see that you form the band with so many people who are not only good musicians, but really reliable professional.
Yep.
It's I don't know what's funny about that.
Well, I guess it's funny because it does take a while. But no, I've been fortunate to work with a lot of really great people.
Yeah.
And yeah, especially right now these days, we have such a great group of people who are really talented and reliable, professional, but also have become good friends too. And so that makes it, you know, even just more fun to do a show. When you get to play music, for one thing, is already one of the greatest things, and then you get to do it with all your friends on stage.
And if your friends know what they're doing, that's another thing, right?
Yes.
Because we've played with different kind of musicians. I mean, your band is top, really great professional attitude and fun to be around, because when you have them behind you and you say joke, they respond to it as much as the audience does.
Well, I think it's a musician's job not just to play music on stage, but to perform as well.
Yeah, I mean, part of that.
That's part of it. People want to see the band having fun on stage, right? Yeah. And if you're not having fun on stage, I don't really know why you'd be there anyway.
And I know when I was on part of the Songs of Sinatra song act, Rick has other artists there, like other tribute artists. So the artists are coming and going, but you guys stay there all the time.
Yeah. Well,
you are there all the time. So from the moment you come on the stage, you leave when the show is over.
That's right. Yeah, we're on the whole time.
Yeah. Sometimes I
Well,
feel
we
so bad for you guys. You have to listen and watch everything.
No, we get to play the music. It's great. We're happy.
I know, but
Yeah.
when that interaction comes and talk, that never stops.
That's true.
Yeah. The one more thing before we go to the break, I need to ask that I noticed that you are different to me as a leader than leaders I have kind of in my mind. You are not bossy.
Oh, okay.
And
Maybe I
you-
just haven't had to boss you yet.
Please don't change that. You're one of those quiet leaders, and they said a quiet leader is the right leader, the good leader. You just guide people, you the musicians gently, and I think that's what it's fun working with you. That's the part.
Well,
Right?
thanks. Yeah, I mean,
You
it's
put yourself on an equal level with them, right?
yeah. Well, we are all equals, and I want us to all do a great job, but also have fun. So, you know, if I'm bossing people around, then it's not going to be fun for anyone.
Exactly. So, and the rest, and the most important part, what I brought Blue Morris here. We'd like to learn how to play guitar. Hopefully, he's going to reveal that secret after the break.
The ViaMia show is sponsored by the following people.
So we are back with the ViaMia show. My guest today is Blue Morris, the band leader of the Blue Morris Swing Band and also guitar teacher. So as I already revealed, you play guitar, so that's the instrument you teach.
Yeah.
It's acoustic guitar?
I can teach all of
And a
it.
bass
yeah.
too?
Yeah, I can teach bass, but mostly I focus on acoustic guitar and electric guitar. Yeah.
You know what's interesting? I know there are tons and tons of good musicians and good guitar players, but not every of them can teach. That is something above the skill. You know, we can have skills to do something, but doesn't mean we can spread the knowledge.
Yeah.
How and when did you find out that you can actually do this?
Well, I had a different career, and I really
I wonder
was
what
very
kind
tired of it. And
can you reveal that?
yeah, I used to work in the publishing business. So I did marketing basically for
And you didn't
publishing
like it?
No, I liked it for a while, but I just got very tired of it, and I think I always was meant to be a musician, you know. And so when I got really tired of it, I decided, well, maybe I could try teaching. In fact, one of my friends suggested it. He said, "Blue, you'd be a great teacher." And I thought, well, I don't know, I could try it. So I tried teaching in the evenings while I still had my day job, and I just felt like it was exactly what I wanted to do.
So you
I
found
quit my
your
job.
spot. That's great. So you make a living on something that you really love. It's your passion. It's your
great,
passion,
yeah.
Again, bluemorris.com is the website where we can find him if you're ever interested. We're going to, of course, reveal a little more about blues techniques. Yeah, what are your teaching techniques and methods?
The main thing is, I think, is to keep teaching things that people want to learn. Like, I think a lot of teachers will teach stuff that's just like, well, you have to do this, you have to do this. But I try to focus on the songs that people want to learn, because everyone wants to learn different things. And if you're playing the songs that you want to learn, you'll be more motivated to practice. That's the main thing. And I find it works. And just to stick with people's goals. Everyone has different goals. Some people just want to be able to strum a few songs and play that. Some people really want to be able to
The professionals?
be professional, you know, and go to that level. And to teach to what people want to do makes a big difference. Yeah.
So your techniques would be definitely different with a beginner who never held a guitar in their hand, and then
For sure, yeah.
Okay, You brought your guitar. Would you be able to demonstrate something? Let's say that
Sure.
I'm your student and I don't even know how many strings guitar has. Let's start from there.
You know how many strings there
No,
are.
actually, I'm pretending. I counted
Well-
today, so I know since today.
The main thing for absolute beginners that I teach is just about the physical nature of the guitar and to be prepared for the fact that it is hard to play. A lot of people will come into a guitar lesson and think, oh, well, I could take maybe 4 or 5 lessons and then I can play guitar, but it's just not the case. Mostly just because it takes a lot of finger strength, which you don't have from everyday life.
The calluses?
Finger strength and calluses.
Yeah.
Calluses for sure. Because you're going to be pushing down the strings, and especially with a steel string guitar, it's gonna hurt for a little while.
Yeah.
That's not that painful, but you know, it hurts a bit, right?
Oh, you're bleeding to death, but it doesn't.
No. And then for first lessons, mostly what I do is I just get people to learn how to move around the instrument and play stuff. So every first lesson I do, every student will be able to go away playing at least one simple song. So that's nice because then they're pretty motivated after a first lesson, feeling like, oh wow, I did one lesson and I can already play a song.
No, because you need like 2, 3 chords, right, for one simple song.
Just a few notes, really.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we just teach the basics of the physical nature of playing guitar, like keeping your fingers close to the fret wires, keeping your fingers coming vertically straight down, keeping your thumb at the back, stuff like that.
Do you teach them those cheating chords?
Cheating chords? Yes, I actually do. I teach easy versions of the chords first.
Bad guy.
No, it's better because then you're able to play a song, right?
Okay.
Rather than forcing you to struggle with a harder chord
Yeah.
for a month, which you won't be able to play for a month.
Yeah.
We can teach an easy chord, and then you can already play a song. And then eventually, when that becomes easy,
Then
do
they
a harder
can,
chord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they don't remain lazy, right?
If they don't remain. Yes.
But as long as that gives the same sound.
Sure. I mean, the difference isn't that much. That's the easy one.
This is the G, right?
Harder one. Yeah.
Yeah. You see, I mean, I learned. I mean, I'll talk to you later about it because it's another thing. How would because this guitar is not here just for fun. So I would like to finish this show with it because
Awesome.
I'd like you to teach me something.
Okay.
You know, when you talked about it, so many things about calluses and stuff. How long does it take, for example, to develop? Is it, of course,
Calluses?
yeah.
You know, it's funny, but it seems to take a different amount of time for everybody, I've noticed. Some people just have really soft skin, which in a way is lucky, but not lucky if you want to play guitar.
It's probably women.
But for
right?
most people, yeah, mostly, yes. Most people about a month, really, if you're playing 3 or 4 times a week. So not that long.
Yeah. You know, I've heard that a lot of good musicians, they don't read music. I don't know if that's true or if that they say.
A lot of rock musicians don't read music.
No.
Yeah, yeah. Because you can play a lot of rock music without being able to read music. So you can get away with it. And learning to read music is harder. It's a lot more work. So I don't always teach it. I only teach it to people who really want to learn it.
Okay, so I just want to know if you include it in your.
If they want to learn
yeah?
it, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Isn't it a bonus when you know?
I think it's great.
Yeah.
I love it, but there are lots of ways around it, and there are easier ways of writing music for guitar. Like there's a way called tablature, which is very simple to learn. Yeah.
Is that when you see the letter D or G? That's what it is?
No, it's when you have 6 lines and you have numbers on the lines.
Oh, that's
and so
what
the
it is.
6 lines are for the 6 strings, and the number tells you what fret. So it's pretty easy because it's just like a visual diagram of the guitar. Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting. Because that's the number I never understood when you were in the rehearsals and you said take it from 12 something, and I was like, where did you get this number from?
Probably bar number. Probably
Okay.
bar number 12.
Okay, that's what
so
it
measure
was.
number 12, yeah.
So do you also have group sessions or just one-on-one?
Right now, just one-on-one. It seems to work best. I think you will learn fastest if you have one-on-one lesson because then they can focus the lesson on what it is that you specifically want to learn. And also because everyone learns at different pace. So if you're in a group lesson, you know, you might learn faster than others.
What about tuning guitar? Can you teach that too?
Oh, sure. I mean, we have to. You have to be able
Yeah.
to do that, right? Yeah.
Well, to me it's easy if I have keyboard in front of me, but what about
Sure.
if you don't?
Well, mostly these days they use little electronic tuners, so it's super easy. But in the old days, when I learned guitar, we didn't have that, of course. So you had to figure it out based on each string. So basically, if you play 5th fret there, that's going to be an A note, which is
Okay.
supposed to be the same tone as the next string open.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you move it one, and then
And
I
you
know
just
you
do
have
the
to
same.
move the other one.
Yeah.
And then you have to go here.
Not yet. That one's going to be the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did it change in times, or it was always like that?
No, it's always been like that. Yeah.
So the tuning, it's important because,
Well, if it's out of tune, it's going to sound really bad.
yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
You want to hear it? No.
No, I heard it this morning when you were tuning my guitar.
Right.
Well, I don't know. Like, I really wanted to grab my guitar. I think still have some time. When we were talking about these teaching methods, I know that there are some requirements for, to be a really good student, to achieve what you want to do. What's the most important for your students to have, except probably good ear?
I think the most important thing actually is to, especially for adults learning guitar, is to accept that you're going to be lousy at it for a little while.
Lousy?
Yeah, truly. Because I find that when I'm teaching kids, kids don't care if they sound terrible. They just like making sound. But as adults, we have pretty high expectations for what we think the music should sound like. So a lot of adults kind of come in and they expect it to sound pretty good right away. But if you allow yourself to be a little bit lousy at it for a while, then you kind of give you give yourself permission to try it out, and then you will learn it, and you will learn it sooner. Yeah, that's the biggest thing.
And what about the education? When they come there, any musical education required?
You don't need
Nothing?
anything. No,
No?
nothing at all.
Nothing what they can... So go to see Blue anytime you feel like. BlueMorris.com, he will give you everything what you need except the guitar. You have to bring your own, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have to
You
have.
need your own, yeah.
Yeah. Well, Blue, like I said, when I was 13-year-old, you're coming to the hardest time. And look at Ringo is very happy around us. I learned play guitar when I was 13 on my own, and I was, like you said, I sounded lousy, and took me 5 minutes to change chord to chord.
Yeah.
But I was very happy. But I want to tell you, I remain on the same level until now. I didn't develop more, and I'll tell you why. The basic chords didn't cause any issues to me, but when I came to the bar chords, I stopped, and all those songs kind of vanished. I was looking for the easier one. So if you don't mind, I'm gonna grab
Sure,
my
let's do
guitar.
it. Yeah.
And if you can show me, let's say I'm your student.
Okay.
You see, I told you that I play maybe, let's say I play only for a month or so.
Okay. Well, first thing is, if you were only playing for a month, we wouldn't be doing bar chords because no way you'd have the strength to do it. But regardless, let's say you were the awesomest student ever, and a month in, you were going to play bar chords. Here's the number one thing you want to do is that you want to keep your fingers as close as possible to the fret wire.
Oh, really?
Because all we're really doing is we might think that the string is vibrating from our finger to here, but it's really just vibrating from the fret wire. So our finger's job is just to push the string against the fret wire. So you can see that if I make this bar here, I'm so close to the fret wire that my fat finger even covers the fret. You can't even see it, right?
Okay. No, I can't.
Exactly. But I'm just behind it, so I'm using that bony part of my finger there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's the trick. Nobody
That's
told
one of
me.
the tricks, for sure.
Next trick.
Next trick, make sure these fingers come in nice and straight. Now, the other problem, of course, is that you need short nails, and your nails are lovely, but it's going to make it very difficult to play the bar chords.
You know how long it takes to grow them?
Yeah, I bet.
Oh yeah, I know. They have to be short.
They have to be short, yeah. And then you want to make sure the fingers come down very vertical. You want to make sure that your thumb is square at the back of the guitar, because what you need counter pressure. Because you need all this pressure to hold all those strings down.
Yeah.
So you need that counter pressure. And then the other main thing that you can do is you can squeeze the guitar with your arm here. And what that does is if you squeeze here, it pushes the neck this way against
towards the
your
finger.
hand. Yeah. So the cool thing is that means that you don't need to use as much muscle in your hand. You can actually use all this muscle that you got here.
That's good because I'm already getting cramp here.
There you go. Those are all the bar chord tips you need, and then you just need lots of patience because it's going to take quite a while to get that strength.
Doesn't even sound right.
Well, I think that's just your nails.
So I think that these flowers should be here for a little while. So this was, one of the chords is F, right? Isn't it?
Yep.
Okay, that's what I wanted
That'll
to
be,
express.
okay. So down at the first fret, you're going to put your first finger right up close to the fret wire. Now you're going to take your second finger, or your middle finger, and it's going to go on the second fret of the third string. That's right. Then your third finger is going to go, that's right, and then just move this pinky, tuck that guy
I
in
don't
there.
think he's long enough. How can you, I don't understand.
The amazing thing is that our fingers and our hands get stretchier and stretchier over time. Like my hands are not big at all, but I can stretch very, very far, and that's just from playing guitar for many years. So it happens just over time, like doing yoga, you get more flexible.
I think that doing the lessons with you, I will have to go back to a gym and start to kind of put the strength in my arms. And I would like to chat more with you, but you know what, there is just the time, it's kind of pushing us. So I want to thank you so much for everything, Blue. Before you go, you need to sign the cup. You're opening your first one, you're opening the 6th season.
Okay.
So your signature is going to be the first one on the cup.
I love it.
And please
Just sign it there, eh?
don't forget to return it because I'll need it,
Okay.
especially when your signature is there. I would like to thank you to you viewers that you are supporting us by watching the ViaMia show. Thank you, Blue, again.
Thanks.
And we will all see you again next week. Bye-bye.